I'm going to talk a little bit about eSport. Most of you guys probably heard of it because it's kind of an industry buzzword right now. It's basically putting E in front of sport. Essentially, instead of playing a ball, you're playing a video game. Right now, there's actually a perfect storm and a lot of the transition behind the scene that makes this whole thing really viable. So first of all, broadband, the internet, is accessible to anybody. Also, there's a cutting the cord phenomenon. So the kids today rather watch content on the internet. So what they're doing is they search for the content, they watch it. So what you do is that you're getting to more a pay for what you watch versus the old cable subscriber where you pay a flat fee every month. And that basically shift is actually happening, it's accelerating. Decline of the TV revenue, so people are skipping commercials. Started with the TiVo, it's awesome, I own one, and it's a killer app. And the live content is becoming king because it's getting harder and harder to monetize non-live content. Then there's also the rise of smartphone. That means that you can consume the content anywhere. So instead of sitting in front of the TV, you have the convenience of watching it on the go. So again, going back to live as king, it's not before like you have to get back home to sit in front of the TV to watch a show. I saw this back 2 years ago. So at IGN Entertainment, we're an internet media business. We also thrive in innovation. So what I did was I ran engineering when I started IGN about 4 years ago. And what I did is I saw this trend coming, so I formed a group of volunteers to start an experiment, say, hey, if I start running this video game competition, can I grow a business out of it? So it's successful enough for me to keep that job. Now I'm doing that full time with a full group of people, with a full P&L. But when I started back in April in 2011, and every 6 months I'm actually seeing the effect of the traffic being doubled, which is actually showing that there's a growth, not only because there's IGN's reach, there's also more people watching that content. And if I actually do like funny math, and this is actually something that we'll actually put an asterisk on, a number of people who tune in, it's a little bit not fair because the esports event is more like cricket than an NBA game. So it's like 4 days versus two hours. But if you look at the total number of people who tune in, it's actually massive. So what have we done to evolve video games? So one of the things is that if you look at Pong in 1972 to now Far Cry 3 in 2012, video games became more immersive. There's a story, you're in it, you're engaged, it's more realistic. You believe that you're a part of the game. So then, if you look at a sport today, why is, what would I love the sport to be? So I would love to be in the Matrix, just like Neo, stopping a bullet. So the game is where I jack in, and you can compete on a physical and mental level at the same time. But this time, the technology, the best technology like me, sitting in a video in my room and actually use a controller to do this. If you start thinking about sports today, aren't football, basketball, baseball primitive solution to man-to-man competition? So if we actually look at how our sport evolved from the primitive, sports where people die when they lose, to now it's more civil, but people chase around a ball. Is there actually a better way to do this? And I'm actually honored to be in a room full of brightest minds in video game industry. And I would ask you to actually work on the digital stadium of the future because I feel like there's much better solutions than that. So anyways, thank you everyone.
Hey, I'm Noah Gould, and you're watching ENTV. Hey, I'm Rico Rodriguez from Modern Family, and you're watching ENTV.
My name's Chris Pratt, and you are watching ENTV.